Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. It wasn't that long ago that I shared my yay, I've been vegan for 5 years. And I realized right after that, hey, I quit the pill that same year. So here we are. I have now been off the pill for 5 years. It was July of 2013 actually that I quit the pill. So I don't remember the exact day. I could look back in my journal, but I don't think I said it in there because I feel like I've looked for it before. But I know it was July. And I also realized that I have now been off of the pill longer than I was on it. I got on the pill the summer before I went to college, and I quit it the summer after I graduated from college, which is 4 years in total. I say this all the time and I will continue to say it. Ditching the pill was literally one of the best things I've done for myself. And I've made a lot of great decisions in life and I made a lot of dumb decisions in life, but quitting the pill was one of the best of them. So today I just wanted to share a concise version of the past 5 years of my experience of coming off of it and where I am now. If you haven't heard my why I quit the pill story, I will put that video in the description box. It's worth a watch. I think I just remade it recently, but if not, I'll put my original in there too, because you can go back and you can just experience that Victoria. And I feel like I've come so far since that was one of the first videos I made for FemmeHead. Right after getting off the pill, I just had this real sense of freedom. And I know that was partially to do with the ending of a relationship. There was a lot of things that happened within a few months that I look back on those few months were a staple changeover in my life as I know it now. And obviously getting off the pill was one of them, and it was a big change. I'd gone vegetarian and then vegan just recently before getting off the pill. I started doing hot yoga every morning, eating healthy, eating my vegetables and fruits, and just paying attention to what I was doing to my body, putting into my body. And even though I was so lost with what I wanted to do with life, I felt for the first time in a long time happy with where I was at. Thankfully, and I say thankfully, I am so grateful for this because I know so many other people that had different experiences. My cycle and my period went back to normal almost right away after getting off the pill. I can't remember when I first discovered FAM or when I first heard of it, but I do remember going into quitting the pill and stopped taking it pretty blind. I just knew I didn't want to be in it anymore. And so I obviously started researching my options and I discovered FAM eventually, and I was really fascinated with it and really interested. I remember my mom and my sister being really hesitant with me not being on birth control and doing this whole charting thing, and for good reason. We didn't know, they didn't know any better. And my mom actually hooked me up with one of her friends who charted, and this woman was literally the first and only person I had met at this point that had charted her cycle, and she suggested that I take a class. And I thought, right, yeah, I really enjoy learning about this. I think a class would be interesting. And the only one I could find in my area was actually the one that she had taken, and it was a natural family planning class through the Couples to Couples League, which is a Catholic-based organization. NFP, or Natural Family Planning, that is the Catholic section of the fertility awareness methods. And so I went and I took this class, and I really enjoyed it. And I was the Hermione Granger of the class. I knew all the answers. I asked all sorts of questions. I felt like I knew it already, and coming out of that class, it just gave me more confidence that what I was doing was right and I knew my stuff basically. And to the point where the couple afterwards, they were a very sweet old couple, they came up to me and asked if I would be interested and told me that I should get certified in teaching NFP for Couples to Couples League. And I said thanks, but no thanks, because I think at this point I was I know there's something here for me, and I know that this is an area of a potential career path that I could go down. And so I knew that, and I just kind of just reaffirmed my love for charting. All the negative side effects I was experiencing from being on the pill went away pretty quickly. For example, UTIs was one of my biggest ones, and this was one of the big reasons why I got off the pill, or it was the reason I discovered the pill could potentially be having these negative side effects on me. And I have not had a single UTI in the 5 years since being off the pill, which is really saying something, because there was a 2 or 3 year stint where I almost constantly had a UTI. I kid you not, it was awful. I always had a UTI, or I was always like starting to get one or on antibiotics to get rid of one, and it kind of ruled my life for a while. And being free of UTIs nowadays is such a beautiful thing. My mood and just general mental and emotional well-being was so much better. And you know, I do attribute a lot of that to getting out the pill, but then also I think all the lifestyle changes I made, getting out of the relationship, going vegan, focusing on my health, focusing on myself. Although I struggled with like some issues because I was just really lost of like where I wanted to be in life, I was so much better off than I was when I was on the pill. Like, I was in a dark place towards the end of being on the pill, borderline depression at the end. It was not good. One negative side effect from the pill that still seems to linger is my teeth. And this was one of those things that I did not connect to the pill until after I got off the pill and started like researching and learning. And I do truly believe that the pill is to blame. But I maybe had one cavity growing up, and then in the span of the first year of being on the pill, I had 8 cavities out of like nowhere. And it got to the point where I chipped one of my back teeth eating a piece of popcorn, and it chipped again while I was in Thailand. Like, my teeth were in a bad place, and it took a long time for me to like get my teeth back to being healthy, but they have never been the same since. And I still feel like my teeth are just crap. And it's awful because people are always like, you have such nice teeth, like how do you take care of your teeth? And I'm like, my teeth are awful. Because I had crappy dental insurance and because I was a poor college student, like it took me a long time to get all my cavities filled and to get everything kind of back on track. And I still feel like I have issues. One of the dental hygienists last year was like, yeah, some people are just more prone to cavities because of their saliva or something like that. And I was like, I swear that wasn't me. I am such a healthy person, don't drink soda, like I eat my vegetables. How is this happening to me? And I think the pill screwed with my teeth a lot. And I have such a better relationship with my body. I have always been a thin person. I always picked at my body, like not like picked, but like mentally picked at like, oh, that's not good enough. I wish that was like more toned, and I wish I didn't have that there, and I wish I had bigger boobs. And now I think my body's beautiful. I think it is amazing what it's capable of. And that was one surprise benefits of getting off the pill and learning how to chart my cycle, was rekindled romance I have with my body. It's great. As far as birth control goes, and I think this is one of people's big questions of like, is this actually a viable option for birth control? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is. Like, I have used the sympto-thermal method successfully in the 5 years of not being on the pill. I have not had any issues with it. And while the sympto-thermal method itself is only like 99.4, 99.6% effective, depending on whether you abstain during your fertile phase or use a barrier method, like it has been 100% effective for me. And I'm not saying that like it's going to be 100% effective for everyone. Like, there's always chances and there are always circumstances. The only thing that is 100% effective is not having sex. But the sympto-thermal method has been great for me, and like, if I had to do it all again, like, I wish I would have done it sooner. I stayed on the pill for probably about a year after I wanted to quit, and that's because I was in that relationship and like I did not know charting was an option and that there were non-hormonal options. And I just was like stuck in that trap of thinking like, oh, I have to be a responsible female adult and this is the only way I can be responsible, which is like BS. Because now that I think of it, is like, why is birth control the burden of like half of the relationship? Because there is 2 people involved in that, and why is it only the female? Women are only fertile around 6 to 7 days of a menstrual cycle of a month, and men are fertile 24/7, 365 days a year sort of thing. Like, they are always fertile, yet we are the ones that are responsible about like disrupting our hormones and making sure we don't release an egg. And that is another video entirely, but that is just like something that I've come to realize after that point of being like, I have to be responsible. If I could go back, I would 100% make the same decision over and over again to quit the pill, and even quit it sooner if I would have known. And at the same time, like, I wish that this was stuff I was being taught when I first got my period, and then in high school, and then in college, and that I knew that charting in FAM was a realistic option for birth control instead of being on the pill or the IUD or any of the other hormonal options. I didn't know anything about my body, and I was just kind of in the dark. And at a certain point, that's on you, and I'm glad I had the wherewithal to educate myself and to recognize that there was other things out there. But 13-year-old girls or 12-year-old girls, when they're getting their period, they need someone to step in and be like, this is what's going on in your body. And I'm not saying that as like we need to teach 12-year-old girls FAM as birth control options. I think they need to know the knowledge of what's going on in their body. And then when it comes time down the road for them to be in need of birth control, that they know that that is an option. And I think it's worth saying, like, I am grateful that the pill was an option for me. I would never say that I don't think that women shouldn't have the option. I think the options should all be available to us, but a lot needs to change. I think we need to have all the information, all the knowledge that goes with those options, and we need to start teaching people that FAM is an actual option, and it's not just, you know, the rhythm method or something that Catholics or hippies use. Real people are using it. Oh, and like, good God, they need to start doing more research on the negative side effects of hormonal birth control, and they need to start doing research and studies fixing the crappy hormonal birth control we have, so we don't have all this horrible side effects and just expecting women to put up with it. Like, I think it's a load of BS. All in all, it has been an amazing 5 years, and I feel so much more happy and confident with where I am for a lot of reasons, obviously, but I think like getting off the pill was a big moment for me, just like going vegan. Recognizing what you put in your body, how you treat your body, those are all such important things. And I can confidently say that I will never go back on hormonal birth control ever again. Like, I have zero desire to, and I have zero need to. Has anyone else out there quit hormonal birth control? What has your experience been? What do you have to share from it? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. I know I did. It's fun chatting about this sort of stuff. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to FemmeHead for more of me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.